We're in hour 15 of our live continuous team coverage.
And we can show you right now how happy neighbors are to see that he's been caught. Their next door neighbor here is putting up a sign. What does your sign say? Welcome home, Matt. Tsarnaev's own defense team said the words, quote, "He was there, it was him." I'm Siobhan Lopez in Laconia with Ian Halter on the NH1 motorcycle. We want to give you a look inside the warehouse where this fire happened just a few hours ago.
And the only thing, that kind of stinks for some kids who are home from school today is this really isn't snowball making snow. It just sticks to your gloves and it's nothing. So one of the highlights of March, of course, Girl Scout cookies. But there's nothing sweet about what Rochester police say happened yesterday. Brady posted this video on Facebook with the caption saying, quote, "Never doing that again, #AirBrady." I think a lot of us fans would hope he wouldn't do that again because I know it scared a lot of us. We don't want him.
Bill Belichick had a few words to say.
Well, he always only has a few words, though. Imagine this, an uninvited guest crashing its way into this home, causing a lot of damage inside before finally finding its way out. Now, New Boston, it's no stranger to wildlife, but the woman who lives in this house, she never expected a deer to make its way into her home.
And I heard a crash.
Moments after ordering a pizza and sitting down in the kitchen, a deer crashing through Angela Fitzpatrick's window, landing just inches away.
I looked at it like, why is there a deer in my house? And she kind of looked up at me as if to say, why am I in your house?
Chaos ensues as the deer barrels around the house.
You can see the scuffs where she kept sliding,
leaving blood, hair, and broken glass in its wake.
and she ended up in here.
The deer finally making its way out the way she came in, crashing through a window.
This wasn't in any of our emergency plans. It's not something that we ticked off the list. It's not something you really prepare for.
But what about the pizza she ordered?
I called and canceled the pizza, and that was a strange phone call to make.
Samantha Nider took the call at New Boston Pizza.
Her voice was very, very chaotic. I can tell there's something wrong. She's like, a deer entered my house. And I was like, I laughed at first, and then I realized she was serious. And I was like, all right, well, thank you for calling.
The runaround with the deer lasting 7 long minutes. Cleanup continues. Windows and doors are boarded up, waiting for the insurance company to check out the damage. For Fitzpatrick, sitting in her kitchen doesn't feel so simple anymore.
And I just keep thinking, if she had jumped just this much harder, she would have landed on me.
Well, Fitzpatrick thinks the deer jumped through her window because it was either scared by traffic or possibly coyotes. And if you're wondering why, there was a Christmas tree in that video while they keep a room decorated all year long so they can celebrate with extended family when they come to visit. Live in the studio, Siobhan Lopez, NH1 News. Convicted Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev stuns a packed courtroom, standing up and addressing the judge and victims for the very first time. It was the first time people heard his voice, and more, he actually apologized to the victims and their families and asked Allah for mercy. There was mixed reaction among survivors.
I regret having ever wanted to hear him speak.
I have forgiven him. I have come to a place of peace, and I genuinely hope that he does as well.
Before Tsarnaev's statement, 24 survivors and family members of victims delivered powerful statements, some speaking directly to Tsarnaev, telling him they are not his victim and that he and his brother failed. Many saying they've forgiven him and want to move on with their lives and continue to get stronger.
What this tragedy has done is it has made us stronger as a survivor community, and more importantly, it has made us more resilient.
Judge O'Toole telling Tsarnaev no one will remember the love his friends and family had for him, only that he maimed and killed innocent people.
What I was struck more was by what he didn't say. He didn't renounce terrorism.
A huge chapter closed on the tragedy that killed 4, injured hundreds, and changed countless lives as the survivors and victims' families continue to move forward, Boston strong. In South Boston, Siobhan Lopez, NH1 News.